Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first official episode, because there was a previous unofficial episode, of a Snug podcast. I am Never Separate. You can just call me Never for short. And I've got my three wonderful co-hosts with me. We'll start directly to my left, your right, if you're viewing from on camera. Uh, Gone Crazy, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey, good to be here. Gone crazy back soon. Co-GM of the Lore Seekers Guild on PlayStation with Mr. Never Separate, who is right next to me. And then I've got my other good old Wood Elf buddy next to me. Fine.
Hi, I'm Gwen the Bard, and I am also part of the Lore Seekers Guild. My job in this group is to keep them alive. And next to me is our Breton friend, Sasquatch.
Yes, star of the show tonight.
Yes.
You're always the star of the show, my friend.
I do my best.
All right. So we, as I said, had a episode that we had some technical difficulties with, a little trial run. So we'll briefly touch on a few things that we did then as well. But as it was mentioned, we're all members of the Lore Seekers Guild. If you don't have a guild and want a place to come hang out, then you can check us out by going to loreseekerseso.org. Did I get that right?
You did. Good job. Proud of you.
There is an apply to guild link there, and it will take you to our Discord, and you can go through the brief application process, and we've got some wonderful people there that take care of getting those things done pretty quickly, and then we'll get you in, and you can come and hang out with us in Discord and in game, and join in on all the fun activities, which we hope to be ramping up soon. So where do you guys want to start tonight?
Well, let's start with our news.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit in the last episode that wasn't an episode, I guess you could say, about the new stuff that is coming this year, our 4-quarter releases. We have the Legacy of the Bretons, which is going to be the year-long saga, and the High Isle chapter that is coming later on in the year. So pretty exciting stuff. We're going to talk a little bit more about Bretons later, right, Gwen?
Correct.
Sweet. So real quick, let's talk a little bit about the actual chapter itself, Legacy of the Bretons. It's going to take place in the Sisters, or Sisters archipelago, which is, I think, exactly where some people thought we were going, and not at all where other people thought we were going. It's a little bit, I think, north and east of Somerset. Is that correct, guys? I think that's what we talked about last week. And it will have the upcoming Ascending Tide DLC. That will be the next thing that is coming for us. It will be launching on March 14th for PC, Mac, and Stadia. And then for us here on console, it will be coming on March 29th. So they get to do the beta testing for us so that we get all the good stuff, right?
Yeah, we appreciate them getting all the bugs worked out while we wait the extra couple of weeks to actually be able to play. So.
Yeah,
we get it, and hopefully everything works.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully no more blue screens of death like we get on console. Although I will say, we've been lucky, because once the PS5 stuff launched, we've had very few of those.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so let's knock on all of the wood here in the Snugpod and hope that we don't have any issues with that. We've also got the High Isle chapter, which is the largest portion of the release, usually in quarter 2. And that's coming on June 6th for PC, Mac, and Stadia. And then it'll be, again, a few weeks later, June 21st for Xbox and PlayStation. So, like we just said, they get to work all of the kinks out. But I think ETS hits tomorrow. Is that right?
I think that's right. I think they did say Monday.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's Monday.
It's super exciting. Not for us because we're on console. But if you're a PC player or you happen to be stopping by and joining us here now, and you are getting into PTS, and you've got the ability to do it, hop on in there, test that stuff, get it all worked out so that we don't have the bugs once everything hits live. Of course, going along with that, there's New World events called Fishers that will be put in there. We've got 2 new companions coming, a new 12-player trial. We've got a new system, which is the Tales of Tribute, which is that in-game collectible card game. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with that. And how they're going to integrate it in. I think it's going to be great for our peers and for everybody across the board. So, super looking forward to that. Anybody want to add anything on that card game? Any thoughts? I know we talked a little bit about it last week.
Yeah, I'm pretty eager to see exactly how it works. And we've discussed that it's not going to be a combat-based game. It's going to be a resource-building game, and I'm not really familiar with how that works in the CCGs. But they also pointed out that it's one of those. It'll be a system that doesn't give any advantage to people that have been playing longer. So you don't have to worry about being, just outmatched by people if you're new to the game, because you're going to. At the start of the game, each player puts in 2 decks, I think, and then they get shuffled together, and everybody draws from those same couple of decks. So it sounds interesting. It sounds like a neat way to kind of balance it not being, super hard to jump in as a new player and just getting destroyed every time you come up against somebody that's had the game for a while. So definitely interested to see what they're going to do with that.
For sure. There's also something here that says updates and other quality of life improvements. We know they're working on stability for the game, especially in PvP this coming year. So they hopefully will be sharing more of that down the line.
Yeah, there are some notes that you can find from a few weeks ago. Is that Matt that released those?
I think so.
Matt,
I think it was Matt Firer who posted about it.
Yeah, just some of the things that their goals and there's no set timeline, but that it is something that they are working on. Something we'll get into in a minute too. I think probably helps play into some of that in update 33 and some of the things that they're changing to the systems may help with some stability stuff too. But we'll get to that shortly.
Yeah. So the last thing that I want to mention too about all of the new High Isle stuff that is coming is, of course, there are some really good pre-purchase items and some things that you can get immediate access to if you pre-order right now. If you pre-order at the moment, you'll get an immediate access to a Pale Frost Elk mount and a Pale Frost Elk fawn pet, which this is actually really cool because, remind me, I don't think we've ever had a pre-release where you get a mount and a pet that match. Am I crazy? I mean, I know I'm crazy.
Well,
but,
okay.
But I don't seem to recall, and in all the time of ESO, us getting something that matches right away. There's things that are close, but there's never been things that seem to be like paired together.
Yeah,
Anybody
not sure.
else?
I don't remember anything like that.
Yeah, the mounts and the pets kind of just all fade into the background for me after a while.
It's true. Once your
Like,
list
there's
gets
so many
really
after
big.
you play for a while.
So many.
Yeah,
But that
I
is
know.
a-
I know when the Griffin pet came out, that was one that I really wanted, but there wasn't a mount at the time that matched that. So yeah, I don't recall that being a thing they've done in the past either.
Yeah, so that's a pretty cool little pre-order thing you get immediate access to, and then of course it comes with all the typical stuff that you get when you pre-order one of the chapters. It comes with like a costume and another pet and one crate that's like a kind of a tester, not a tester crate, but you know what I'm saying. It's a crate that will go along with the chapter at some point, and then you get some treasure maps, XP scrolls, things like that. So all pretty cool things to take a peek at, and you can of course find that all on elderscrollsonline.com under the news and High Isle chapter release stuff. So pretty cool thing there. The other thing too is there's some cool stuff in the Crown store right now. we have this one is the one that I wanted to mostly touch on. There is a super awesome music box. Have you guys taken a peek at that? It's called the Times Architect. It's like a clockwork.
Clockwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks like the transmutation or
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
way shrines.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's actually got a nice little melody too. I almost bought one and brought it to the Snugpod for us to listen to because there's only 10 hours left before it leaves the store for now. But it's I don't know what I was expecting it to play or sound like, but it's not the way that it sounds.
Yeah, I may have to take another peek at that. I considered it when I first saw it just because I really like the look of that kind of stuff.
I also think it's pretty cool because I don't seem to recall a music box that has a light. So this one I didn't realize, but when you look at it, it actually has like a lighting effect, like a particle effect to it too, which is kind of cool. So there's that, and then of course we all have our love-hate relationship with Indrix. In the store right now is the Evergloam Indrik to go along with the Daedric event that is going on right now in game. Which actually that ends. When does that end? What, one day?
Is it on Tuesday?
Tomorrow?
Tuesday? Tomorrow? I think
Tomorrow? It's supposed to go through the first, right?
Thought it was the second.
They usually
but
go
I'm
through
not sure.
Tuesday. Yeah, they usually
Okay,
go
yeah,
through
so it's
Tuesday
gonna be
morning.
Tuesday. So tomorrow's the last day.
I think it's through Tuesday at 10 a.m. typically. EST is when stuff closes out. But yeah, there's an Evergloam Indrik available.
Which Indrakes are awesome.
They are super awesome. And I know there's people who were like really tired of morphing them. I did not grind to like morph all of them, so I still think they're cool. I only got a couple, but this one looks really neat. It kind of matches that Evergloam like purpley, greenish, weird, glowy, kind of vibe that you get when you go into all the Evergloam.
If you worship Nocturnal, this may be the mount for you.
That's right. If you are a Nocturnal worshiper and you wear dark colors, this could be your ride. So, other cool thing, last thing to note that kind of ties in with new chapter stuff, which is, I'm not sure why it's in the Crown Store. We've got Zaju's sailing apparel, and then we also have a swashbuckler personality and the colossal Aldmeri Grotto. So those are all kind of piratey, seafaring themed things that are going along with the new release. And that is pretty much your news and Crown Store of note.
That house is pretty cool. That house came out,
It's
a couple of years ago?
It came out when Somerset came out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool house.
Yeah, it's really, really neat.
So there's one other thing with the pre-orders is the physical merchandise.
Is there physical merchandise this time?
So they have the lithograph, the T-shirt, and then the Ascendant Lord statue with the letter opener, which so cool. I pre-ordered.
Okay, that's cool. Not associated with pre-ordering the game, though. You can pre-order them.
That's it is not. These are separate items.
Right.
Yeah, these are physical items. Yeah.
Yeah, because there is no physical collector's edition right now.
Correct.
That
they haven't done that in a while.
That Ascendant Lord statue, I don't know if you guys watched the end of like the ESL pre-show after the announcement. Finn had one, and he picked it up, and that thing looks awesome. The letter opener, that's the sword that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
It looks hefty. Like, it just looks... You know how sometimes when you see, like, statues or, collectors' things from games, they're kind of, not flimsy, but, you know what I'm saying? They don't look as high.
They don't have substance.
Yeah, They don't have substance to them. It literally looks like a statue. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's fully painted. In that...
they're all...
It was hard to see the colors on it. Yeah, it was hard to see the colors on it, but with his screen glaring on it. But they showed pictures of it later, where you can see like the different colors on the different parts of it. Looked really nice.
Yeah, and in the gear store they have like all the close-up photos, and they even have like a unboxing video of it. So it's pretty awesome.
That's exciting.
Yes.
I would say when you get it, we'll have to show it off, but we can't because we're in game.
Yeah.
Well, when
We'll
they add
probably
that,
get
We'll
an
figure
in-game
something out.
version,
Yeah,
can
we'll figure
find us-
something out.
right?
we
We'll
can
find a
we
small
can put it
statue that looks like it.
we can put it on the Tweetergrams.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, you
Yep.
can follow us on the Tweetergrams and well we can put it up there.
It'll probably be the ESO Plus reward for the month.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That you heard it here first, everybody. If that is
Well,
the
all
case,
the other physical statues have been released as ESO Plus statues.
so
Oh. Good
yeah,
point.
I think I think you might have nailed it.
We'll add it to the desk if that's true. There we go.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've talked about High Isle, we've talked about the releases, but who the heck are the people? Because Bretons, we know a little bit about them, but we don't know a whole lot about them, right, Gwen?
Correct. I knew absolutely nothing about Bretons until yesterday. I just knew that they were derpy-looking humans. No offense, Sasquatch. No offense.
Hey, before we get into that, did we want
Oh.
to touch on update 33 first?
We should
Oh,
probably
God.
finish our update 33 news. That hybridization looks cool.
I was so excited about the lore, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
We all
It's
were.
all good.
That's why there's 4 of us, to keep each other on track.
Right.
That's true.
So they put out a post on the forums. They talking about the hybridization of skills coming with update 33. So I'll just read the about 3 paragraphs of this. It's pretty short. In update 33, the changes are focused on making almost every player ability in-game scale dynamically with your highest offensive stats when applicable. Similar to what we've worked on with passives and item sets, we want to ensure you feel empowered to pick an ability or weapon based on the gameplay mechanics and expression they offer you first and foremost, with fewer restrictions. This means any ability that used to scale exclusively with spell damage and max magicka will now dynamically scale with weapon damage and max stamina, and vice versa. With this, we want to retain the identity of many playstyles by reinforcing ability cost as a limiting factor in how frequently you can engage with abilities, but with less concern as to how powerful that ability is based on what stat path you've chosen. We'll also be dual sourcing buffs on abilities and item sets like Major Prophecy and Major Savagery, with the same thing applying to Brutality and Sorcery. In the long term, we plan on simply merging these bonuses so there are fewer names and effects you need to worry about, but there's a lot of behind the scenes work that will result from that. As such, it may take quite some time before we're able to do that. In addition to the continuation of hybridization, we've also gone through many abilities and cleaned up some of their functionalities, making sure the ones that aren't used as often received some sprucing up to make them feel more up to par with abilities of their like. This is in addition to the usual bug fixing and back-end improvements and targeting of outlier abilities or sets for balance adjustments. Some of these are larger in adjustments, such as Power Bash's new functionality of being treated as a bash attack, or Piercing Javelin's new functionality of living up to its name and piercing through block. Most of the adjustments are not as flashy or different, but instead gain added quality of life improvements like increased duration for easier management or scaling adjustments. For example, the Morse of Lotus Flower give you the choice of gaining more healing overall, or a significantly longer uptime for less micromanagement. Short description of what's coming. Huge change. So
Short
No
description.
yeah, it's
All I'm hearing is skill point reset is in our future.
yeah, it's they're most likely going to have to do a free reset on this stuff, because this is going to change so much about the types of skills that people can run, because the current system, if you're spec'd fully into stamina and weapon damage, you're less likely to want to throw a magic damage ability on, because it's not going to hit as hard, right? The way that this is going to work is, if you are spec'd that way, that ability is going to scale based on your highest stats, so it's still going to hit as hard as your stamina abilities do, but because you don't have as much resource, excuse me, you don't have as many resources in the other stat. You're not going to be able to use those abilities as often. So it really changes up the possibilities on how you work different abilities into your rotation. And I briefly mentioned how this might be affecting some of the stability stuff, because in the past they've said that they wanted to combine a lot of the different buffs and things so there were less numbers having to be managed. And they said they're planning to dual source buffs on abilities like the Major Prophecy and Savagery, Brutality, and Sorcery. So instead of having weapon damage, spell damage, though at some point the goal is to have just one buff, I guess, that just gives you a damage increase. And the other is crit, or those crit and crit chance. I can't remember offhand what these are, but they're just going to be merging those merging those into singular abilities, it sounds like. So that may help add some stability to the game as well, just because it's going to be less numbers for the systems in the background to have to try to process.
Yeah, I think I heard when I was looking at it earlier what you just mentioned with like Major Prophecy and stuff. One of the examples they used was Camouflage Hunter, because they'll be able to combine those together rather than having to run separate skills or separate sets that will add those things additionally. If it's a mag skill or a SAM skill, they'll be combined with what they add there. So that's going to be a big change for people.
Yeah.
I think it will change. I think it won't so much change the casual player, because if you're casual, you're probably not as. I can't say that. I was going to say if you're more casual, you're probably not spending a lot of time like parsing or doing things like that, where some of those rotations really may be affected, but maybe you are. I don't know. But it'll be kind of nice because, like, I can tell you right now, I'm not really a crazy min-maxer, but I do have a couple mag skills that I run, to get additional things on my Nightblade. So it'll be nice to, they already don't pull from the same, spot, mag and stam, but at the same time, it will feel more reasonable, I guess,
Right.
to have it set that way. So I'll be interested to see what exactly happens with all of this.
Yeah, I've seen. I've browsed around different people, watching a couple of the videos, them breaking it down and giving their takes on it, and reading comments and things like that. And it definitely seems like this is going to be kind of a polarizing change. I've seen people that are all about it. This is a type of change I was suggesting in our Discord probably 2+ years ago. Seeing the ability to do these kinds of things. And people even back then argued with me about how terrible an idea it was. And seeing a lot of that stuff taking place in comment sections on videos too. People were like, oh, this is going to ruin it, and it's going to take away any class identity, because every class has access to different unique buffs that other classes have to find other ways to get. And they're saying that it's going to kind of homogenize things, where other people are saying that it's going to really allow them more freedom to be creative. And so it's going to be interesting to see how this kind of shakes out, if if it's going to be a popular change or not once all is said and done. It's definitely going to be a big change in terms of what the build diversity is going to look like.
Yeah. I think they're almost stair-stepping us too, right? Because, they've tried to make changes before, like the whole light and heavy attack thing and stuff, and that stuff clearly didn't go over well. But with this sort of a change, it feels like they're treating it more progressively rather than just like an on-off switch.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And that has to do with the back-end stuff, I'm sure, for them. This game has hundreds of sets in it. Like, it's ridiculous, probably, the amount of sets that they have now at this point. And doing this sort of work is a lot of back-end work for them.
Yeah. And how many sets do we get a year? We get a good, 10 to 15 new sets every year?
That's what it feels like. I don't know. I don't know.
Do we get 4 dungeons a year?
Yeah, 4 dungeons. You got 6.
So that's 3 sets.
That's
plus a monster set
monster
per dungeon,
sets.
right? So it's four per dungeon.
Plus trials.
plus trials, plus
Mhm.
overland sets,
Plus
plus
now the new PvP sets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rewards of the
Yeah.
Worthy.
Plus craftable sets
Monster
in the
helms.
new zones. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
so we get we get a lot of new sets. So anything they can do to I guess to make it easier to balance all of these new things coming out, and just to keep from breaking the game with so many systems having to take place in the background with, what ability is scaling off of what and what buff is active, and just there's a lot of math taking place that we don't ever really see. And I think this is trying to simplify a little bit of that by reducing some of the factors, and hopefully it's going to be a good change. I'm looking forward to it. My meta of meta builds really likes to take advantage of these kinds of things. So definitely excited to play around with it.
Sweet. Sweet.
All right, Gwen.
Breton time.
It's
Breton
time.
time.
It's Breton time. Okay. So as I was saying, I'm not a fan of Bretons, or at least I wasn't a fan of Bretons until yesterday.
Cover your ears, Sasquatch.
We covered this.
I'm holding it in right now.
We covered this. No offense, right?
Yeah.
Right? We've been
No
playing for a
offense,
while.
I just don't
We're
like
still
you.
fellow wardens. It's okay.
Maybe that's why you die a lot. She doesn't heal you because she doesn't like you.
Oh, I see what it is.
Res, please.
No. You just wear shadowy colors. You blend into a lot of our dungeons.
Okay.
Crazy at least has the bright red hair going on. All right. So Bretons, yes, I know. I did just say the horrible. I actually did not like this race, but we all have that, right? To me, they were just another human race in a fantasy game. And who wants to play humans when you're in a fantasy game? I mean, I'm sure there's people who do, but not me. I'm not one of those people. I play elves and orcs and not humans. But our Bretons aren't necessarily humans. They are actually technically half-elves. Well, let's jump into our lore book here. Let's jump into our lore book. That will cover everything for us nicely. Alright, so tonight, our first lore book we'll be starting off with is Bretons, Mongrels or Paragons, by, I'm going to butcher this, Frostus of Elnhir.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
Nice.
Now, this...
One more
go
time.
ahead. Now, this book, you can read in game. You can collect it with Shalador's library. That's why we're able to show it here. But it is found over in Stormhaven. So you can find it and read it in the world over in Stormhaven. Alright. That men and mer can interbreed has been known since the first humans began arriving on the shores of Tambriel in the middle of the Merithic era. However, broad intermingling of elves and humans only occurred in the far northwest of the continent, giving rise to the race of men known as the Bretons. Given the history of conflict between humans and the children of Ameris elsewhere in Tamriel, how and why this intermingling could occur in High Rock? The answer lies in the peculiar, for elves, culture of Clan Durini, the once dominant mer of northwest Tamriel. In contrast to the Aelids of Cyrodiil, who brutally enslaved any humans they came into contact with, the Durini simply conquered their local needs and then ruled them as a caste of nobility. The aristocratic elves established a system of feudal vassalage over their human subjects, with rights and privileges that included the prerequisite of coition with any human they desired. Sex with attractive needs was considered casual recreation, and Durini nobles competed to have stables of the most desirable human subjects. The inevitable half-elf offspring of these liaisons were not adopted into the families of their Durini parents, being considered submer, but were nonetheless often given privileged positions among the subjects of the needs. Over time, this led to the establishment of a recognized caste of mixed-blood humans, who were given the name Bretons, I'm going to butcher this next part.
Elnafay.
The Bertu, or half. The Breton caste, thank you, Katie. The Breton caste was only allowed to marry humans, so over time their elven blood became more diluted, and the Nedic appearance predominated. Though they wielded great power for a time in the First Era, even the elves of Clan Durini were never numerous, and their geographical homogeny expanded administration and rulership was increasingly handed off to the Breton caste. After defeating the invading Alessian horde in year 482 of the First Era, Clan Durini was scattered and effectively exhausted. As the elves retreated to central High Rock, then finally Belfira Isle, the Bretons stepped easily into their shoes, assuming the feudal hierarchy established by the Durini and simply replacing them with their own noble families. The Breton nobles, who had been forced to differentiate themselves from the Durini part of their heritage, justified their new ascension by distancing themselves from the elves and everything elven. Ironically so, as the elven blood ran strongest in the older noble families. The Durini were increasingly vilified by their former vassals, and the island clan became ever more insular and isolationist. However, they were still known as powerful magicians, and they were strong enough to repel an attempted Redguard invasion in 907 of the First Era. The Bretons continued redefining themselves, inventing a myth of history of noble resistance to the Durini rule, and developing a thriving merchant class that began trading around the coasts of Tamriel. By the time Empress Hestra and her legions arrived at Bancorai Pass in 1029 of the First Era, they were ready to join the Empire of Men and embrace the Eight Divines. Under the remains, High Rock was possibly the most stable and prosperous province in the Second Empire. Which brings us back to the deliberately provocative question of our title. Are Bretons then mongrels or paragons? The answer, of course, is both. Though, if you call a Breton mongrel, he is liable to feed you an inch or two of steel. The passionate race of Bretons embodies the strengths of both men and mer, as well as their flaws.
Whew.
Once again, quite a book, and once again,
Yes.
it can be found over in Stormhaven. So the points that I took away from that book, at least here, are the Bretons are all come from the needs and the Clan Durini of elves. So that's what Bretons can trace their heritage back to.
Yes, and Clan Durini is where the new tutorial for the Elder Scrolls Online is. You work with the elf from Clan Durini.
Is that for the one coming with this next update?
No, the new tutorial that came out this year.
Okay.
So you start from there, and then you can choose the different portals.
Right.
But that's
Yeah.
on the Isle of Valfiera
Yep.
with Clan Durini.
Well, now
Okay.
we know what happened to Isle of Berfiera. We already go there. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yes.
It's also worth noting, though we have this full, beautiful background pointing out all of our wonderful Breton history, it is worth noting a side note, because I am only bringing this up because it was also brought up in, now that we're going to High Isle, it was brought up in a recent article, and in the Elder Scrolls Arena, Bretons were descended from Druids of Galan. Now, in the most recent article, when we were talking about the High Isle and Bretons and their heritage, this is one of those bits where it's lore that was kind of forgotten and lost to time. That is what was said in the article from. But I guess when you're a lore master, you can just decide what you want to keep and move on, right? So we have our wonderful Breton past. They have taken over and have their own. They've taken over a kingdom. They have their own heritage. They have all their knights and their orders. And there's some notable things that Bretons have done now that they've been on their own and been away from the Durrani. And that can be read about in Bancorai, Shield of High Rock. Now, our Breton is going to read that for us tonight. Our Breton Sasquatch will read that for us tonight. What
Breton
happened...
Sasquatch.
Yes. This is read of King Aemond. Now, in the Elder Scrolls, when you're traveling through the Daggerfall Covenant, you end up actually working alongside King Aemond's wife. I got her name here. I have to read it. I will get it wrong. Queen Arzhela. Yes, she is the queen you meet in Evermore. You actually do work alongside her. I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone who has not played through the Daggerfall Covenant yet, but this is her husband. We don't get to work alongside him. As it says in the book, at the top of the book here, it's his final address to his troops. He does not survive this battle, unfortunately. But go ahead if you want to read for us.
All right. Knights of St. Pellin, Evermore Guard, freeborn militia of Mornoth, and Ephesus, soldiers of Bancorai. Ever have we been the shield of High Rock, the first line of defense for the Breton kingdoms against invaders from the east. Time and again the Bretons of Evermore, her surrounding regions, have taken up arms to garrison Bancorai Pass and turn away those who would pillage and plunder our homeland. In the year 874 of the First Era, when warlord Thulgig's army of orcs and goblins was driven from Hammerfell by the Red Guards, we denied them passage through the pass and forced them to flee northeast, trudging all the way through the Dragontail Mountains before they finally reached Orsinium. Not a single goblin made its way through our pickets in our homeland. Then in 1029, when the legions of Empress Hestra deposed King Styrich, the vampire of Verkarth, he fled west at the head of his dreaded Grey Host, burning and killing as they came. But when his army of batmen and wolves reached Bancorai garrison, they broke like a wave of a rock. Hestra's legion caught and killed the survivors, and the Empress was so impressed that she honored High Rock with admission into the First Empire. When, after almost 1,000 years under the Ruby Throne, the excesses of the Alessian Order forced High Rock to secede from the First Empire, the monks of Cyrodiil decided not to let us go peaceably. In 2305, under Abbot General Priscus Mectator, the legions of piety and grace were sent to bring the Bretons back into the fold. Mactator's fanatics filled the fallen waste from end to end, but they could not pass the Bancorai garrison. And after a 5-month siege, with the pious turning on the graceful, the Abbot General was forced to admit defeat and plod back to Cyrodiil in disgrace. Only once has the garrison failed to protect High Rock, when Durkarok's Reachman horde poured down the south shore of the Julesay, filtering through the northwest spine that had always protected us before. Then Evermore was sacked, and the garrison was taken from behind. But even then, we bought High Rock even enough time that the Breton kingdoms were able to muster their troops and eventually repulsed Durkarok at Daggerfall. Today, invaders from the east threaten us once again in the form of an imperial legion from Cyrodiil. But these are not the legendary warriors of Empress Hestra or the disciplined soldiers of an Emperor Remen. These are the degraded mercenaries of this Tharn usurpers. Indeed, the legion is even led by a cousin of that decadent and faithless family. And who is this Magus General Septima Tharn? What battles has she won beyond bullying freeholders and their back taxes? What barrel scrapings are these so-called legionaries she brings to pollute our homeland with their heretical Daedra-worshipping ways? I say they are scum, a desecration to the once noble name Imperial Legion. I say they are rabble, and I say that with us manning the walls, they shall not pass the Bancorai garrison. What say you, Knights of St. Pellin, Evermore Guard, freeborn militia of Mornoth and Ephesus, soldiers of Bancorai? Will we betray the blood of our ancestors and allow enemies through the pass? Never, I say. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever.
Well done. Thank you.
Yeah.
So now, from this book, we can gather that the Bretons have, since they have been on their own, they have blended and merged with the Empire very well. They have won their own wars. They fended off the Grey Host, which we remember from Greymore. We remember what the Grey Host is if you've played through the Greymore chapter and are familiar with that. They've done all these wonderful things and even just blended straight in with the Empire. So for a race of half-elves, they actually seem to be a lot more interesting than what I initially thought. So today, I took away a bunch. I learned that this is actually a really good race who have held their own and grown over the past... we're in the second era now, so they came around first, so through the past entire era. So I think that's great.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to learn more about them.
Yeah, another thing I think is cool is, like, they're known for their magical prowess, but, like, the whole side of the knighthood and military, with the garrisons and everything, that's a whole other side of them that they're one of their strengths.
Yeah, because, like, the merchant classes, and how they decide to play in the power, and I was looking at... How are we on time? Are we doing it? Okay. And I was looking at their knighthoods, and when you look back at old games, like through Daggerfall, there is a bunch of different knighthoods that have been formed, and these are things that have come up over the years from need, I'd say, because you have the Order of Saint Pellin in Evermore, and that was formed when Pellin sacrificed themselves to buy time for the reinforcements when the Grey Host was attacking through Bankerai Pass. All of these, they just have such a rich history that they keep adding to, and for a race within Tamriel right now, a short lifespan. So I'm just curious what more we're going to learn about them, what's going to be added to the lore in the next chapter. But at least now we have some backstory on them. Or at least I do. You may have known all this.
No, I mean, Bretons were a group that I knew they were half elf, like half band basically, but other than stuff that I've picked up from other people's lore shows and things like that, I haven't had a chance to do a lot of research on them myself, so it's interesting to me. Yeah. I looked at something too, because you started reading some stuff, so of course I was pulling up stuff kind of following along with you. They were only allowed to marry humans. So yes. Bretons, like, that's why you said their blood thinned out so much, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Now, does that include, so only, like, pure humans, or could they marry other Bretons as well?
They could probably marry other Bretons.
Yeah,
but it didn't specify. It was just they couldn't marry the Dureni. They couldn't marry other elves in the area.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting too because it's also stated that Nedic habitation in High Rock goes back to at least 1,000 years before recorded history, right? So that's kind of like free game. I mean, it's Breton history. It's not. That's like one of those things that it's like it creates the Breton history. It's not necessarily directly the Breton history itself, but it'll be interesting to see if they ever go back and kind of talk about that.
Exactly, because what I was looking at when I was reading these is like, well, what else do we have besides Bretons that we could look into for this chapter? What could be going on with it? And we have definitely the needs, and then even though it says that Clan Dureni is exasperated, they're not actually extinct. So we could still run into Clan Dureni maybe getting revenge or something for being kicked out of their own area.
Yeah, and I'd say there's probably a good chance of that with, them introducing Clandareni in the tutorial last year, and that being on the island of Valfiera, which is going to be, we're going to be out on islands, so I think there's a good chance we could be interacting with them.
That would be very interesting if we get more Dareni content, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of explore that part of it as well.
For sure.
I'm sure as the as Bretons have spread across Tamriel, that rule about only marrying humans and has probably somewhat
I'm pretty sure that disappeared
this.
when they kicked Clandareni out.
Right.
Yeah.
But it does kind of make you think that they were essentially trying to commit genocide, right? Just sort of get them completely out of the picture by sort of just eliminating the bloodline.
I don't think so. Because when you look at it for the Bretons, the way it was read, at least, because they made the point of how the Aelids over in Cyrodiil, how they were taking to seeing regular men mixing with elves, and they were more violent about it, and how the Dareni were different, how they more so welcomed them in, and it was more of a friendly union.
Yeah, it was more of a caste system. So, they were less than elves, but they were more than men. Mm-hmm. And so, it wasn't like they were trying to get rid of them. It was more just, they viewed them as less than full elves. And so, they couldn't marry.
Yeah, because it says that, nonetheless, they were given privileged positions among the subject needs. So they were still more than human. They were still given a caste system. That's what it was. It's like we were just reminded of in the reveal, is that the Bretons live by a caste system, and it's more what we would look like is the regular fantasy era medieval style.
Yeah. Nobility and...
Mm-hmm.
There's so much they can do with that too, because they can make, different orders within the knighthood of different things. It'll be very interesting.
I wonder if we end up running into any more. What I am curious about is if we run into any more orders of the knights, because there's quite a few of them that are listed that we haven't actually ran into in our base game or any of the DLCs yet.
It will also be interesting to see, because of the history between orcs and kind of everything, the orcs and the Bretons and Daggerfall and all of that. It'll be interesting to see if that leads us. I know you wanted more orc content, Gwen. So
I got more orc content when I was reading up on, so we read our... I'm cutting you off here, my bad.
Okay.
All right, so when we were reading our Bankorai Shield of High Rock book, I had no idea who King Amand was. I had no idea. Okay, so I looked him up, and he's actually friends with King Kurog. Mm-hmm. Now, if you haven't, because of everything that's going on in Orsinium and Hrothgar, that might affect how our orcs are interacting with the Bretons now.
Yeah, because everybody's under the Daggerfall Covenant, right? So, but we kind of know that there's a little bit of a history there, but they're not super... I think they're not super keen during the Alliance War. They're just kind of all tolerating each other.
Yeah.
So, it'll be interesting to me to see if this chapter deals with kind of peace talks that are going on and things like that. What do you think the likelihood is of the next release being orc-related? Do you see what I'm saying? We're kind of going in... I'm totally just wall of crazy right now. But if you look, we're kind of talking about... We're piecing things together, if you will. Because, in the book we read, right, it mentions the Grey Host. Well, last year's chapter was Greymoor, right? Right now we're talking about Bretons. We don't have a huge history on them. But it ties a little bit to Orsinium and things like that. It would not surprise me if they keep going, that route. Everything, when you dig into the lore, has been interwoven,
It is interesting. You're right, because these are base game books. These are
Right.
books you find in Stormhaven and Bangkorai, and after playing the DLCs and going back and reading this, you can actually piece together these bits of information, and it adds a whole new dimension to rereading these books.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
also in that book, it talks about the Grey Host, and then it talks about Dirkarok, the Black Drake, which was this year's chapter. So it kind of went through both those chapters there.
Yeah. I think the lore master knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting off the rails. Let's move on to our next topic.
Okay. Oh, no.
All right,
Go ahead.
that's all I had for lore for the evening. Katie, you had something you wanted to wrap us up with?
Yeah, I did. Well, first of all, thanks for that, Gwen. That was awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. You did some quick and fast lore there on the Bretons for us, so that was awesome. Thing that I wanted to mention really quick is, as we've mentioned a couple times before, we are part of the PlayStation Lore Seekers Guild. We're streaming to you from the consoles in the Snugpod, so that's kind of a cool thing, something different. But our guild, we are looking at, of course, getting a little more active again. We've been in quite a little bit of a quiet stage, I'll call it. There's a lot of people online, but we haven't, in the last little bit after the holidays, really gotten to do any of our World Boss Wednesdays or anything like that. We had some awesome people who were taking charge of that and trials and things before, but it's gotten a little bit quieter again, I think, just because, different people have real life things, and real life is first, and that's important. But with that being said, we are always looking for event leads or people that are interested in helping with events or things like that, to keep that guild activity up. So if you find that you are one of those people and you are currently in the Lore Seekers Guild and you want to take on, looking at trials, leading those, or leading a World Boss Wednesday situation, or if you have an event in mind that you want to try that nobody's done yet or anything like that, please feel free to get into Discord, talk to one of the guild officers or Neverspread or myself, and let us know if you're interested in that, and we'll do the best we can to work with you and help you get set up on getting that stuff ready to go. We've had some awesome stuff that people have come up with. Overland Days, the World Boss Wednesdays we were running for a while were really, really great. We've done like Murderous Mondays, those kinds of things. So we had Treacherous Tuesday, which kind of has turned into Treacherous Any Day, which is when you group up and run dungeons all together. So that's kind of what our main event is, I would say, right now within the guild, but we'd love to have more of those get going.
Yeah, we really, and by we I mean me, really like using the whole wordplay, letter play, Treacherous Tuesday, World Boss Wednesday, Murderous Monday, But so if you have an idea for, slaughtering Saturdays or something, just
Slaughter Fish Saturdays is where we're all going to Cyrodiil.
Yeah, there we go.
Where we all try to go through and get the achievements. The fishing
There you go.
achievements. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, absolutely. We've in the past had people that just had ideas for things they wanted to do, and then they reached out and said, "Hey, I would like to do this," and it's like, sure, and gave them the ability to kind of take charge. I'm a big believer in empowering people to do the things that they enjoy to do. So not, the event doesn't have to be, oh, we're going for hard mode trials and bet hard mode dungeon clears and speed runs. It's like that stuff's all well and good, but it's not how everybody engages with the game. And for those that maybe just want to prance around on Guar and ride through Tamriel, maybe there's somebody that'd like to do a Guar ride. There's all kinds of things that can happen. So definitely reach out and let us know if there's something that you'd like to do, and we can certainly see to it that you have the opportunity to do that.
Fun guaranteed.
Yes,
guaranteed.
Yes.
And if you're not part of our guild and you're watching this and you'd like to join us, like Never said earlier, loreseekerseso.org. We would love to have you. Yeah. Where else can they find us, guys?
Well, I am bad at remembering all the social things, but it's Snug Podcast everywhere. So
Yep.
um,
Twitch.tv/snugpodcast, Twitter @snugpodcast, and
uh,
YouTube. Well, we'll post links because
it's
it's not showing up in searches yet.
it's a Snug Podcast. Yeah.
A
Um,
Snug Podcast.
yeah. So it's there. Hopefully, I can find it because I set up the channel and subscribe to it. Hopefully, once this video posts and we get some content on the channel, it'll pop up. And hopefully, we hope to be taking the audio from this and getting that uploaded to some podcast services as well. So hopefully, you guys can, that can't sit down and watch a stream or sit and watch a video that may last for an hour or so. Maybe you can just listen in your vehicle on the ride to work, or mowing the yard, whatever it is you're doing around the house, or through your day. That way you have multiple ways to get in on that. And so hopefully we'll have that set up soon. Once we do, we'll get that information out through Twitter and in Discord, and that way everybody knows the easiest way for them to find us.
For sure. Well.
Oh, I have a comment. Somebody's watching. I got Sir Potato watching on YouTube. Why is there a crab on the table?
Hey, Sir Potato. That's the pet that was the drop from the announcement.
Yep. And so everyone knows, this is Gwen's Snugpod. She's done a lovely job decorating in here, and she's got the crab pet from the Twitch drop, and it's waving at you there. And and speaking of Snugpods and decorations, that is another thing that may be something that we're going to look at doing in the future too. You've got a Snugpod, you want to decorate it up and host a show for us one day. We might come and do our show in your place. He said my name's Squirt. So hi, Squirt.
Hi, Squirt.
But anyway, yeah, we got anything else, or is that pretty well wrap it up for the night?
I think that's it.
Think so.
Are we going
That
to
is a wrap.
do anything else after this?
You want to hit a dungeon?
Does anybody need to grab tickets or anything like that?
Oh, we can do that too.
I think I still need to do a ticket over in Clockwork City.
Okay.
Or Barton Fell, one of the two.
All right. Well, we will. I'm going to end the YouTube stream. You can catch us again if you want to keep following, or maybe I don't know. The audio portion is going to end here, but if you want to keep watching live, you can stick around and catch up with all the other shenanigans that we take part in. But for the audio listeners, thank you. We really appreciate you coming and hanging with us, and we appreciate that. You got Sir Potato says got to go. I'm a sub now. Bye. So we appreciate the sub. Thanks. And so we hope to see you again next time. We'll probably be doing this again kind of soon since there's some new content coming out. Content may be a little sporadic here and there depending on real life and what's going on in game, things like that. But for our audio listeners, this is where we're going to cut you off, and we will catch you next time. For those that are watching and want to hang around, hang around.
Catch you later.
Good job, guys. Right on an hour.
We did
Proud
it.
of you.
We did it. For those that are watching, give you a quick little tour of the Snug Podcast, or the Snug Pod.
Snugpod.
Yes.
We got the kitty cat. Hi, kitty cat.
Here's Sabi.
And
Over here we have our coffee bar.
oh yeah. I like the coffee bar. That's nice.
It looks awesome.
And if you want your Argonian to grow some hair, we have the Fan of False Fate.
Yes.
And then up here, right now we have the Armory Station. So when we're done, we can just quickly switch over to any builds that we need if we don't have the right one on. And then up here, I'm working on adding a third floor to put in more crafting stations.
Yeah, so when you look at the look at this place, it seems like there's not a lot of room, but when you see somebody build up like this, you get pretty
You can
creative.
fit a lot in a Snugpod.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a little
Yeah.
snug, but that's what we want, right?
Right. All right. I am actually going to switch because this poor Argonian is feeling a little sad because everyone else got hugs. And
Okay.
Okay.
So,
you go switch your character.
I'm going
and
to
then
switch
we can
over
move
to
up.
my main. Not sure if it's going to cut off the stream there or not. Doesn't look like it did. Some of these screens are not allowed for broadcasting times.
I just started my Twitch stream for my late night War Seekers Guild run, so
All right.
just
Oh.
for let you all know.
I got the Snug podcast is still running.
Can I help you?
So I am in. Where am I? It's in Vardenfell, right? Yeah, I'm in Vardenfell.
You want to go to Clockwork though? Go ahead and say what you said.
Yep, that will work. I will. I'll head there in just a
Yes.
minute. I'm going to take care of some inventory stuff.
Okay, so where are we going?
Clockwork?
Yeah,
Alright.
Clockwork's good. I haven't done any of the tickets for today, so I'll need to go ahead and get all of those knocked out, or both of those, whatever.
I'm gonna pick up, since I'm over here, the dailies in case we decide to do a random. Maybe I already have dailies. Do I already have dailies?
I think I have yesterday's.
Yesterdailies.
Yesterdaily. I got most of them done.
I do. I've got Crypt of Hearts 2 and Fungal Grotto 2. I'll just keep those in my inventory in case we queue for a random.
I have so many things in my inventory. So many things I can't even collect tickets when I get them.
We're not even grouped in game. I just realized we weren't grouped. I'll start it. Hold on.
We haven't been grouped this whole time, have we?
No,
Nope.
that's what I'm saying.
No.
That's funny.
I've just got to makes the room for the stuffs we pick up.
Perfect.
You know, that deconstruction assistant that we're going to get, it's going to be real nice.
Oh, yeah.
No having to
I'm
run
so
around
looking
to
forward to that.
random, or various, not random, but various stations to decon everything. You just hit one person up and she can take care of it all.
It's gonna be nice.
Be real nice. I'm going to like that. I'm going to like that a lot.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I will like that.
Okay.
It will almost be like not being hugged last.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Oh
It's
my
never
god.
gonna- It's never gonna die. See what I did there?
Never. Never.
Uh,
Seeing.
I have 39 minutes to kill 30 clockwork foes.
Wait. I traveled.
Destroy 125 clockwork foes for the weekly endeavor. I'm at 95 out of 125.
Oh my. That's why you've been in Clockwork so much.
Oh, I'm only at 44.
I haven't been doing my tickets in Clockwork this time around, because I always end up with the Wraith of Perot's quest, and I like it, but I also get super annoyed at how finding the incursions outside, like, as soon as I get to one, it's dead.
Oh my gosh, yes, the Crow quest.
Yeah. I don't mind doing the other one, but...
Well, yeah. Most of the quests in Clockwork are obnoxious.
Did you pick up this quest here, Glenn?
Yes.
Do you want to share that?
Yes.
I'm gonna say I already did mine, so if you get one that I didn't get, I'll take the share. But...
Cool. Inciting the imperfect.
Mm-hmm. It's perfect.
Oh, hooray.
Perfect. Perfection.
Yes, I would have to accept that. I'll be right there. I'm just deconstructing a bunch of stuff.
Now we get the fun task of having to go through and find where to cut the audio, since we're still going.
Oh, that's no problem. We're like right at an hour, so.
It was literally right at an hour. Yeah. I was really proud of you guys. You did great. Because I didn't even monitor it that closely.
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't look at all. I never
did. You did great, Glenn.
Well, I noted that we started 15 minutes late, technically, and then I just kind of followed from that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the runtime for the stream, so we're at like 59:28 or something when we stopped. So
hopefully it'll be an easy enough process to. I'll have to figure out which service to use to. I'm guessing that this boss has just been killed.
Oh, I'm gonna kill all the fractotums on the way down because I really want to get those weekly endeavor points. 250, yeah.
But we'll need to figure out which service we want to use to distribute and all that stuff. So a thing we can discuss another time.
Yeah.
Woo! Apparently you get things from killing these guys for the quest, so that's nice.
Oh, is that how you get those?
Well, you can also find them in the rubble underneath the area, but you can get them from killing them.
Well, you also can get them from the boss if you do enough DPS.
Yes. I've been generally getting 2 every time I kill this boss.
I'm gonna get all the DPS. I'm gonna solo it.
Oh, well, what are you gonna do about the randoms in here?
I'm just gonna kill it so quick that the randoms won't even realize it spawned.
With your meta build?
Yeah. My meta builds.
Wishing you luck.
You're so meta.
So meta. We could always toss it out in the zone chats. Come check us out. Please support us.
Want to listen to me fumble across my words?
Yeah. We'll be the
Sasquatch giving a rousing speech to incite the troops to go kill Septima Tharn.
Bretons aren't all that bad.
Everybody wants to kill Septima Tharn.
Everyone wants to kill Septima Tharn. Even the other Tharns want to kill Septima Tharn.
I love in the speech. They are scum. Like, yep.
Yeah, that's.
Magicka builds are going to be using caltrops.
Listen, I already use kill drops.
Again.
I have
I was
always.
gonna say, I kind of already use them a lot. For
Like,
the...
all it does is, it's like, oh, I've been using the same build since I started. All that's changed now officially, technically, is it actually is useful.
Yeah, I have a few Magmorphs on my Nightblade that I know totally I'm probably not supposed to use, but I'm like, nah, I never changed it. Oh well.
I'm comfortable with it. It's a good build. I like it.
Yeah. I might, the only thing that's makes me hesitant to do some of the things that I'd kind of like to do is the sustain aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because unless they change the way that sustain works to where whatever your highest stat is, your heavy attack with either type of weapon will restore that. Which I don't know if I see that happening.
Yeah.
It still somewhat forces you into needing to have certain weapons to help with the sustain. Like, I would rather not use the staff at all most of the time, but a lot of my spammable is a Magicka ability, and
See, I just really like how a lightning staff feels. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
that is my staff.
Yeah.
I think, like, the flame staff just feels too slow because you have to, like, load up on the fireball before you throw it.
Mhm.
It's like, I just like
Yeah.
lightning staffs.
lightning and resto staves feel the best for that reason, because ice is the same as flame.
Yeah. Well, yeah, ice is the same, but I don't heavy attack on my build, so I'm fine with it. But on my Sork, yeah, like, I love the lightning attack when you're having it, or lightning staff when you're heavy attacking.
It just feels like
Just
you're
that
doing
tick,
something.
tick, tick, and then just a
Yeah.
big boom at the end.
I just personally, most of the time, prefer being, because I'm always up in the middle of everything. I prefer melee weapons. So I like my two hand, and I might even run like dual wield two hand. But I'm using a Magicka spammable, so I kind of need to have those resources or some way to sustain.
Oh, we're up!
We're down.
Woo! I got 3!
I did
Yes!
I didn't.
I did.
Well, you get
but I
to go
already did
dig in the
quest,
rubble.
So.
And I got sweet the doctrine ordinator.
Yep.
Ordinator guards, and I didn't already have those. So,
It probably all counted for us because we're all in the same group.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say, because I'm looking right now to see.
I finished the
Which one's this one
Clockwork
called?
sticker book today,
Ooh, good job.
and I finished, let's see, I already finished Vardenfell this week, and I have 2 weapons left for Somerset.
Whoa.
So I just gotta kill one more world boss because it double drops.
You've been busy.
remind me, do world bosses work the same as dungeons as far as like guaranteeing that you get something you already have?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I'm super confused. Can you share this quest with me again? Because I accepted it, but guess what is not? I don't have any Clockwork quests at all.
What? Yeah, as soon as I'm done teleporting, I'll share it again.
That is
Your quest
frustrating
log full?
as heck. No, it's oh yeah. Well, dang nabbit.
Could be a
Yeah,
problem.
but it normally would tell you your quest log is full, no?
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
Yes.
I'm crazy.
Alright, I'll share it again here.
Well, I could have just gone and done Queen of the Sea in Somerset, but that's okay. It didn't go through.
Alright,
There we go.
unable to share with Nekodar.
No, I already had it.
Ah.
Oh, that is so annoying. I gotta wait for this stinking boss to respawn.
I have 4 Daedric war coffers now that I can't get rid of. I also still have an Undaunted box because I have so many. They all have Somerset maps in them, and they're all the same Somerset map.
I have that too.
I hope that's something they fix. Make those stackable.
Stackable.
Yeah.
Stackable treasure maps.
They used to be stackable.
No, I don't think treasure maps have ever been stackable.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it's like something that the community has been
Oh yeah.
up in arms about for a while.
Maybe I just used to be better about doing my treasure maps.
I'm terrible about it.
I'm so bad. My inventory is flooded. My bank is just stuffed with them right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I think at one point I went through and just deleted them. I'm not doing these things.
I know I've done that. I have had
You
the
can sell them
urge.
though.
You can,
I
but
have
it
done
takes
that.
time.
I have listed some of them on traders. I've done that. Usually pretty cheap, and they actually do. They end up selling pretty easily. So.
Uh-oh, I made a mistake.
What'd you do?
I might have jumped off a cliff.
That's
Are you-
dangerous in Clockwork City.
Are
I
you?
know.
Are you still waiting on that boss to spawn?
Yep.
Well, I suppose I can come help you kill it again.
I think you got enough help. I'm gonna try to kill as many clockwork foes as possible while you guys are doing that.
Do it.
Unless for some reason it's just the 2 of you, then I will totally teleport right over there.
It is absolutely not
No.
just the 2 of us.
I figured.
You know, I actually saw an article. I mean, Sasquatch might have talked about this already. Maybe all of us did. I don't remember. But it was like the headline of the article was about how Clockwork City boss or something hilariously killed in seconds. And it's like, this is really your article? You had to make, like, of course,
It's
there's an
clickbait,
event going
that's all
on.
it is.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just to promote the event.
And it's like, really, guys? This is the best you got.
Yeah. I don't know the mechanics on clockwork bosses.
I don't either because you
They-
never get to
they-
do that.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
we just that one I got a hit in, but like it wasn't even registering my numbers at first, which may have just been on my end. But it was weird because then finally it started showing crit right at the end, but
So where are we going next? We're gonna go to
well, I'm going
Somerset,
to turn it in.
Somerset
Yeah,
or
you want-
Vardenfell?
Well, if you need your other ticket, it has to be Somerset, because
Yeah,
it's
it's
either
gotta be
that's right.
Somerset or Clockwork.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, forgot about that. Okay. Somerset it is. I feel so Somerset-y. I think Clockwork City, like it has a kind of a cool look, like the sky and everything. I don't necessarily love a lot of the architecture.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of artificial feeling, you know?
Yeah, I like the stuff that moves. Like I like the way shrines and all the gear-looking kind of stuff. But some of the other
Yeah.
stuff is
Color
just
scheme's just monotonous. And gets
Does it grind
too
your
much.
gears?
Yes. So,
You're really geared up about your argument?
I am. I'm so geared up. Really gets those gears turning in my head.
Oh my.
Did I make a mistake? No, there we go.
Don't
I got
forget
turned.
to... Oh, we missed it anyway. I was gonna say, don't forget to get the Mother Sorrow rings, but... Well,
Oh,
actually, you guys can still get them, I just can't.
You must do your part to
Oh,
protect
I don't have
our
money.
beloved island.
I already have one.
The problem
Is
I
that
have the
based on your
ignominious
time zone?
duty of investigators on their way to Silverwood's.
No, yeah, they should
wait,
still
no.
be there.
It should still
Yeah,
be
they
there
should.
for 30 minutes. I'm dumb.
What are they, like 100,000 a piece?
Yeah, it's
I
either...
think they're 150 or 300 AP.
Yeah, it's either 150 or...
Is it rings and necklace, or
Just the rings.
Just
just
rings.
rings? Okay. And they're gold, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
That is tempting. But, yeah. Would you like me to share this quest?
Yes. And then I will
yes.
teleport to you.
Give me 1 second. Well,
Your
it'll-
time is up.
Okay.
Never forgotten. That's the name of this quest.
That's
I
right.
just wanted to make sure that I wasn't wasting these event tickets.
Share. Share.
Never wants to share, never forgotten.
Share.
Ugh,
Share.
it's graveled. Ugh.
Says I can't share with you, Sasquatch. Did you already do it? Or you
Because you already shared it.
You
and I
already have
accepted
it. Okay.
Okay, I will be right there. I just need to kill 3 more clockwork foes, and then I will have completed my weekly endeavor.
Did you accept the quest? Did it pop for
Yes.
you? Okay.
Yes, I accepted it.
Cool beans. Ugh, I should quit yawning.
Graveled is one of my least favorite.
Is that the big colorful lizard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fire everywhere.
Yeah. It's not the best. Group delves will always have the following. Oh, I couldn't even read that in time. The load screen was so fast.
Okay, quit rubbing it in.
I know.
Right.
Rough, isn't it?
You're the worst.
He never said he wasn't.
Ha ha. Ha.
So punny.
So punny. So punny.
We got puns and dad jokes up in her.
Such is the way of the after show.
And don't forget Guar.
And Guar. Hey, speaking of, you know
Oh, I
how
have something about Guar too. So.
on mine's not really about Guar.
Oh.
But you know how some places have weird laws on the books that not really enforced. But did you know that in Hawaii, you're not actually allowed to LOL?
What?
Yeah, you're not allowed to LOL. Like, it's illegal to LOL in Hawaii.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, they only allow aloha.
Oh my.
I'm done with you.
Wow.
Come on, Sasquatch, you got my back on that one, right?
I'll give it a little chuckle.
If the other dad doesn't laugh at the dad joke,
It's really good. It's that good.
it's that bad.
Oh.
Bastion, he never went anywhere. He's like, I'm back. Where to now?
Oh, yeah, Bastion. Why not? Let's pull that guy out.
Yeah. I still don't have Bastion leveled. Think
Mine's
he's-
almost level 20.
Let's go find
Almost.
someone to help.
So close.
Mine's nowhere close.
He's- Yeah, I hit 17 the other day.
He's 10.
Nice.
I'm only 10% through. He's not even in the green for. We're cordial.
Oh gosh, no. Like I'm at actual level for companion. We're close.
I'm at
We're almost
14.
maxed out.
14 and cordial with the rapport status.
Well, apparently we need to
We're
go do some
friendly.
Mages Guild.
Yeah.
Bastion and
Okay.
I are buds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take him to Arteum every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And show him your cool scrying skills.
Mhm.
He's impressed by that.
Oh, I finally hit level 7 excavation today.
Yay!
I was so close and like just went and finished it and
Oh, we're up.
finally see treasure chests.
Get it!
That's the second character you've done that on, right?
Yeah. Well, on my Sork I have it maxed out, but I just wanted to level 7 for the treasure chest passive. I mean, I'll level it up eventually, but I really
When I
just
did that-
wanted that passive.
When I did it on PC the second time, it really wasn't that bad because I knew how to do it already. So, like, the Antiquities definitely did not function.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you also had the purples in each zone the
Yeah.
second time, you don't get those the second time on the same server.
Oh, really?
Okay,
So,
I
yeah,
can't
so each
fire
zone,
any
there's the green, then the blue, then the purple. You only get the purple once per server.
Oh yeah. Yep, I remember now. Yep.
Yeah.
It's been so long
So the
since I
second
leveled
time
that.
on a server is just brutal.
Seriously? I didn't
You
know
have
that.
to, you either have to do it the slow way with like, you know, the green and blues, or farm purple leads so that you can level it up. Which is kind of what I've been doing, is anytime I get a purple lead, I just do it on this guy. But I haven't been getting them that often.
Okay, so we have to hope that what just happened to me here does not happen to me if we want a dungeon. I could not fire any skills, and then it wigged out for a second, and then it finally fired off everything after I did a light attack, which is really weird.
Oof.
And like just now when I went to loot, it wouldn't loot at first, and then all of a sudden it did.
I mean,
So
you might.
that's why you died.
Yeah, literally, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even use my self-heal, and I couldn't bar swap.
Wonder if the fact that there's multiple people streaming right now and
Yeah.
Do you still have your stream up crazy?
I do.
Okay. That could
Which-
play a factor.
Which could
There
be
it
part
is.
could be
Finished
part of
my
the problem.
Somerset sticker book.
Care to buy?
Good job.
Oh, you know what, too? I just realized I have the Snugpod stream running. I have 2 tabs open right now on my actual Twitch. I have the Snugpod one open, and then I've got mine open on another one because I was hosting us originally, but then I stopped hosting and I'm just running mine for the PlayStation, so that's so weird.
so you were hosting our stream?
Yes, I hosted our podcast stream through that.
I have no idea how that works. So I haven't messed with Twitch enough to know how hosting and rating and settings work. You know.
Yeah. It's pretty easy. You just go into your chat and you do /host and then the name of the whoever you're hosting, like is a
Okay.
band, and then it takes care of it for you. And
That's
if
cool.
you want to unhost them, you can like do. I can't remember if it's host end or like unhost, and then the name I don't recall. I did it a lot when
My superiors continue to
they
be
did the
dubious of
extra
this
live stream
contract
for New
solution.
World. I
It's a
hosted
travesty
that
these
stream like
won't
almost all
retrieve
day
by
on my
now.
channel too. Not that it really did anything because it's not like I have a crap ton of followers or anything, but it at least gave them an extra host and a view, you know.
Sure.
So it is helpful. Are you all back in Eleanor?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm on my way there now. I was messing around.
I got so many boxes of things.
You know, I would have had the sticker book completed for Somerset if I never deleted any of the items I had before sticker book came out.
No.
Because I used to farm geysers all the time.
You know what's so funny is, again, with the geysers, I'm not even sure I know the mechanics of geysers for sure, because every time
Is
I'm
there
there...
mechanics?
I mean, not really. I think they just kind of spawn on their own, right? They're not like... You don't have to close anything like you do with the, What am I trying to say? The things that come out of the sky. I'm tired.
You do.
Anchors.
Anchors? Is there something
do.
on geysers that you have to touch just like that as well?
Yeah, when you, well, no. You kill everything and then you have to, you know the final pinion? There's one of those.
Yeah.
Where you have to smash the globe, but that's it.
Yeah. Okay. But there's no, like, you don't have to close a bunch. That's what I was trying to
No.
figure.
Yeah.
I picked up Sickening Sea and shared it with you guys, so you have it for later if you want.
Oh. You'll have to share it again. I was doing inventory stuff.
It said it couldn't share with you.
Oh, well, maybe because I already did one.
Okay, so... Do we want to try and run a dungeon, or... I mean, is that out for tonight?
What time is it? No.
11:48 your time.
It's only 9:48. You're good.
Right.
What's it like? Almost 1 a.m. here.
I guess my only concern is that I have about 4 hours of driving tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you don't want to do it, we don't have to do it. Or we could just try and do a random and see if we get a fast one. Rather than... Because what's next on our list? It's probably a DLC, eh?
Not sure.
Oh, I read a book and made Bastion happy.
Tempest Island.
On vet?
No, we still got a little ways to go before DLC. The Tempest Island, Volenfell, Blackheart Haven, Blessed Crucible, Slains,
Oh yeah, we got a while.
Vaults of Madness, then Black Drake Villa.
Blech.
What was that noise? That's what I thought I heard.
It sounded like a nope.
No, I'm excited. I like Black Drake.
Oh.
I ran that the other day. Not on vet. It was the random normal that I got.
I think we're gonna.
Kinrys.
I think we're just gonna end up blowing through all of the vet dungeons with no problem because we're so good at what we do.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Not gonna have to res anyone. We're gonna do it. Awesome. Perfect. First time. Trifectas. It will be amazing.
Flawless.
Perfect does. Ugh.
It's gonna take me another 45 minutes to clear out my inventory. For anybody
It'll
that
take
does
me
happen
another-
to get to this point on the YouTubers, they're probably like, "Wow, just watch the guy delete items for an hour."
I thought you stopped your stream.
Mm.
Hey, guess what I just got? Another griffin.
Another griffin. Oh my gosh.
We're
We
on
all
Griffin
we all
number.
have it now, right?
We're on
Yes.
Griffin.
Yeah. Yeah,
Griffin
you gave
5
me
now.
one, and then I finally got one.
I'm on Griffin number 5. Griffin number 5. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was going to group. Nope, not emote. People are gonna be like, we don't care. What are you talking about? I'm gonna link some stuff and see if you all need it. And it's none of that. Oh, I should have opened the Breton style motif book and read it while we did the stream.
There are some fun points in the Breton motif style book, but not really a lot on actual Breton lore. Yes, I read it.
You went all in on it.
Look at all the treasure.
I really did.
Some weeks I may be able to dive into that. I have to prep for stuff I do on Sundays. At least every other week.
I just really like note taking.
Somebody's gotta.
Let's see. Ooh, Ashlander bows.
Yep.
And if no one else wants or needs them, I'll take the Sapiarch bows and daggers as well.
I am currently...
Anybody need the Slagtown skin? Probably not.
No.
No. Let's see how many of those I have right now. I've got 3 of them currently. After this event, I gotta go through all the style pages and stuff and clear it all out.
Okay, where are you going?
I am down by a treasure chest. I'll head back up that way.
Oh yes, Guar. There's a Guar statue from Antiquities.
Yeah.
I logged into my or I loaded into my Antiquarians Alpine gallery, and I saw the Guar statue in the picture, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's a Guar antiquity statue.
I have
So-
I have a snow guar.
Snow Guar.
Did you already claim the Chokethorn bow? Somebody take that?
No, I think I have it already.
Oh,
But you linked that,
That's
Gwen.
all you.
yep, I know.
I've got it already.
The Snowhawk Mage robe. I don't
Yep, you
have.
can have that.
And Ashlander maces and bows. Did somebody take those?
Oh, no, I haven't invited Softshell to trade. I wanted to invite Gwen to trade.
I accept.
Okay, and you said you needed
The
the
daggers and
Ashlander
2.
bows.
Yep. And then the Sapiarch bow and Sapiarch dagger.
I have Sapiarch. Oh yeah, there.
Aha! Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Never where are you?
I'm in my house. Trying
Ugh,
to-
the worst.
Well, I'm sorry. If we're gonna try to do anything, I gotta have a room to loot stuff.
Oh, so you're back. You're on the island.
I am.
All right.
He's gone to the Topal Hideaway. I feel bad because someone said that the Queen of the Reef is up and that they need help.
Go for it. I'm gonna be a minute.
Yeah, let's go help him. Why not?
Where is that one?
That.
Oh, I see it. I see it. It's all the way.
Yep.
Why am I spending gold? The way shrine's right here.
Oh my god, you're right.
It's fine.
We're not lazy. No.
Oh, it's like when you first start playing and you don't have any gold, you know, makes a difference, and then you get to a point where you're just like, oh, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to go fast. Or I just open up my guild menu and, like, go through every guild and figure out who's near there and if I can travel to them. Whoa!
Right. Let's go! You and I started at different
Way shrine.
way shrines. Yep.
Sometimes when I go through by that town one, if that's where you went, the one that's by town, I get confused and, like, go the wrong way. I picked the one that was far away. I don't know why.
See, I almost did that one just because there's so much water you have to travel
Yes.
around to get there.
This one I originally thought was going to be more of a straight shot than it is. I'll get the eggs later. Let's just go kill the crab. Oh, that's right. I gotta go around.
Oh, it's almost dead.
Ah! How? How did I not make it?
It's still up. It's almost dead. Oh, it's dead.
Ah!
Did you just round the corner?
Yes.
Did it count at all?
No.
Oh!
Ah!
I'll wait with you.
That's twice that's happened.
I'll wait with you. It's not a hard boss.
Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh. I'll go get the coral eggs. Yeah, Bastion, let's go find someone to help. It's me, because I didn't get here in time. Rude. Ridiculous. Man. Thanks, Bastion.
Oh, seriously? I didn't turn in that stupid quest? Oh my gosh.
You're the best. Well done. You should be in charge.
You know, I couldn't turn it in because I didn't have any inventory space, and then I started clearing my inventory space, and then it was like, oh, we're gonna run a dungeon or something, and it's like, well, I need to go make more rooms, and completely forgot that I was still standing there waiting to turn that quest in. That's why I was cleaning inventory space. What happens, I guess. Here's a giant clam. And a Welwa.
Well, what?
Welwa.
Well, what do you say? Ooh, Gwen, I don't have those.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming back.
I know, your crab's over here.
Wow,
He's not
two
up yet.
runestones side by side. Don't
There you
come
are.
across that too often. Okay, I traveled to you, but it did not put me near you. Or did it? Oh, I guess it did.
Woohoo! Thanks.
I was able to give you a thing.
Whee!
I'm gonna see if I can find
Another
fishing
bait
pole.
kit. Ooh, a Vivek figurine.
What?
I
Isn't
got
that
a
like an
Vivek.
achievement item in Vardenfell?
It's a treasure that I can sell.
Oh, okay.
This vibrantly painted Vivek figurine seems to glow softly in the darkness.
It's too bad those things can't
That's
be
not a touch it too hard.
like furnishings, you know.
Yeah. I love the descriptions of some of them, though.
Oh
A
my
sturdy
gosh,
and
yes.
lightweight drinking vessel made from a multitude of cadaverous sources. Best not wrong.
A drinking vessel made from cadavers.
That's what it says.
That's disgusting.
Bone mold stein.
Yep, gross.
Ding, 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 ding.
So did that boss already spawn? You've already killed it again, or what?
No.
Okay.
The bosses in Somerset take a long time to spawn. So if we're ready and want to just do a dungeon, we can do that. I don't have to get this, because I've got my tickets already. This is just for fluff.
Oh, well, I need to go turn this quest in so that I do get my tickets.
I could preload it for tomorrow, if we kill it.
If
True.
it shows up.
Yeah. So if you turn the one in you've got, we can share this one with you.
Unless
then you'll
this
have
is the
one
boss you
later.
already killed.
No, we killed Gray, whatever, the big,
Raveld?
gray, yeah, the big lizard.
That
No,
okay, that
it's
one was yours.
Travis.
Okay.
You
Because
see,
this is the guy I had earlier today, that's why I couldn't get it. I will have killed this crab 3 times today, which looks like a very larger version of the one that's sitting on the table in my Snugpod, if you look closely at how the coral is on its back.
Yep. I
Oh,
think that's because that first DLC, or the first dungeon release is here in Somerset.
That would make sense then.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I did see the dungeon preview, and there are going to be those
Oh,
crabs. Oh, can you share it?
Whee! Oh, don't start!
Not starting, running away. If we run far enough away, you're fine.
Got you.
Thank you. Now I don't know if I can get over there in time.
Crabs! There's only
We'll do
3
s-
of us here.
Yeah, he
Find
takes a
my-
while. He's kind of tanky.
I gotta
Yeah.
find my way there, because apparently I went around the wrong way.
There's 2 ways you can go.
Oh, but
Well,
I'm
there's a
gonna,
lot of ways you can go, but 2 that make sense.
yeah. I don't often choose the way that makes sense, though. I'm just gonna come through the water.
That's what I...
Oops.
Where you go?
Jump.
Whoop.
I'm just running around Balfoy trying to get lucky and get the Gore statue lead.
What do you do
Shouldn't
to
take
get
you very
that?
long. Belforian's a tiny zone.
Yeah, it says treasure chests, thieves' troves, and safe boxes or chopping wood nodes.
Oh, there's a lot of wood nodes in
So-
Belforian.
Yeah, so I'm just harvesting everything to go. Treasure chests.
Well, there's one on the cliff over by Humble Mud. I remember that.
Yeah, I had 2 over there. There's a third chest. Does the quality of the treasure chest affect your chances of getting a lead?
No,
Yeah, I think so.
it does not. I remember when Antiquities first came out, I got a gold lead out of a chest in Orda. Like the first, before I even got the Antiquities skill line. I was like, what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah, I have some leads sitting in some of these boxes that we've gotten. Um, that I haven't. That I'm just leaving in there.
Now it let me get the quest.
Oh yeah, because it just flipped over.
Yep. That's great. Anyway. Never, you're over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted those chokethorn bows.
Yes. And like 3 or 4 things that Katie posted, I think.
Oh, did you?
Gone crazy. Sorry.
Oh, I don't care.
It's so habitual.
I laughed because you almost did it, and then who else was it? Was it Gwen that did it?
Oh yeah, I totally did.
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
Mary Chuck.
gone crazy.
Can crazy Dex.
Where are you?
I'm right here.
He's right
Not
in front
you.
of us.
I'm trying to find I'm talking to the motif. That's what I'm talking to. The style page.
Where is it?
There it is. It was at the top. How did I skip that?
Yeah, the stuff that you listed. Do you still have the Ashlander Mace's bows?
I don't have the bow because Gwen took it,
Okay.
but
And then, Snowhawk Mage Robe.
mm-hmm.
You just gave me the Chokethorn bow.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the list here. I think that might have been it. Yeah, I guess that was it.
I'll put away Bastion.
You don't need the Slagtown skin or a bait kit, right?
Mm-mm. Probably sitting on a few of those too.
Want some Ritz? I know you do. Just kidding.
Hmm.
No, you don't.
I need some. Need to do some. Don't have room for them at the moment.
Okay.
Thanks.
No, thank you for clearing my inventory.
Let's see.
Okay, so are we... Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I've got a few things that's gonna link. I didn't put them in the right chat though. That's all right.
Do you ever?
Not usually. Not on the first attempt.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I'll take that mall.
You're so greedy. You want to take everything?
No,
You'll take them all?
I'll take it all. Just unless somebody else wants it.
That's yours. You called it. The Everglow Mall.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other thing I
Well,
had.
of course, because I gave you the other one, silly.
There you is. Report player. Got it.
Kick from guild.
Oh!
Demote. We're the
want
only two that can do that to each other, aren't we?
You can't do it to me.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That one, right?
Yep.
Thanks. But yes, to answer your question, you are the only other one with those permissions, I do believe. Yeah, your permission should match mine.
Yeah.
So the only exception is, would be me.
Yeah, I can't get rid of you. Once we can talk these other two people with us here into doing stuff.
Isn't that what we've already done?
Yeah, but they don't have an official guild title.
Well,
Official note taker. That is my position.
They could be tavern keepers.
I forgot to list something that I have in my inventory. See if anybody needs that. These.
And then belts.
Oh my gosh, I gotta actually look at things.
I do not have those, but I was greedy and took something a minute ago, so if somebody else needs them,
I'll take the belts! Unless you
go.
really want it.
No,
'Cause,
you're good.
yeah,
I have
don't.
I have the bow, which I
Wow.
love.
Right here.
Yep.
Oh, it's up again.
What?
The boss.
Why was the trade declined? I'm trying to trade. It's not working.
Oh, I was trying to trade with you too,
Oh, that was why it wasn't working.
apparently.
Ryan, come get a hit in, and then you can get this boss.
Here, have that.
Alright.
That's a furnishing item. If you need an extra knee. I got a hit! Woohoo! Now I just need to collect eggs.
Same.
Excellent.
One over here. These things are like really spaced out. Like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
not easy to get to.
It is not excellent.
Cool. Well, we can turn those in now.
Yeah, it's the next day.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Well, I'm gonna quick port to outside my Snugpod if you guys don't want to. Not Snugpod. Townhouse.
I was like,
If you guys don't want to spend gold to travel.
I'm already on my way.
Oh, okay.
So do we want to try for a random, or do you want to do Tempest on Vet?
Um,
A random sounds better than Tempest on Vet right now. I assume everyone's kind of tired at this point.
yeah. I only slept a couple hours last night because I had
Well,
to
then-
prep for stuff I did today.
Well, then go
Yeah.
to sleep.
I should.
Like, we don't
Definitely.
have to do a dungeon today.
No, we don't. But we can probably load a random normal and cross our fingers at Spungle Grotto.
That's true.
Alright, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Wait, I got another quest. Catering. Ancient Injuries. Because I forgot that other one was.
Our appointed agent, so you have. I must have...
I did get a ticket for that, right? I didn't even pay attention. I didn't get a ticket for that.
You were already maxed, weren't you?
No. I'm at 4 of 5. Or 4 of 12.
I was like, 4 of 5?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that I had 4 before. Does it reset at 1?
Yes.
Is it 1 Central?
1 Eastern.
Let's do this.
Yeah, that didn't give me anything.
That's
So,
weird. Ooh, Sigic axes.
Does that mean you can give Never the axe?
I could if he needed it, but I'm gonna learn it myself. Haha.
Ha! Okay.
wow, harsh. How
I'll be sure
about,
to
here we go.
hug you second.
Out of 2, right. So,
Sasquatch, are you available? Are you ready to do a random?
Sorry, I'm good.
are you available to get hugged ahead of me? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
You would have to go
course.
I would have to go very far to give him a hug right now. Although
The other side of Tamriel.
he is the only one left. He's the only one left
Literal-
that I haven't hugged in real life.
Yeah, who gets
So,
hugged last, huh?
Oh! Someone can't complain anymore, apparently.
I
course.
guess of the 3
I'm the
of
only
us,
one that
I
hasn't gone to
did
visit,
get
so-
one first. Fungal grotto, fungal grotto, fungal grotto.
Come on, dungeon.
Time for us to keep.
We run this one like 3 times the other night.
Yeah. Wait,
Uh,
Oh
this
god,
is
is this that?
oh, it's normal.
Alright,
I was like,
let's
this
do
is our chance for no Jack, but it's not because it's normal.
it.
I'm
Can we
not-
do no death on normal?
I would hope so.
I mean,
I'm
I
not
know
on-
we can't get the...
I'm not on a tank build, so
Oh, good. This is already going swimmingly.
yeah, it's normal. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I know.
We'll just kill everything faster.
I haven't even gotten combat music yet.
Yep.
Yeah, we gotta go and get you that updated system there.
That's not why. I think it's because we're killing stuff too fast.
Oh, yeah, let's.
There's the combat music.
Now I got it. Is that the same for you too, Frank?
Yeah.
We didn't have a
No
chance.
problem.
Murder,
Beep,
murder.
beep, 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 beep.
Blah, 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 blah.
The Draugr in this dungeon are just something else, okay? Yeah, see, they agreed with me. There we go.
What's better, them or the little goblins in
goblins?
Fungal
Oh, the
Grotto?
goblins
Yeah.
every day.
Blah, 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 blah.
I love the goblins. They're amazing.
Whee! Just bring him along. Just keep
Okay.
running. Pull them all to
Okay.
the boss. Let's do this.
Fine.
I've run with Lotus too many times. That's what that was right there.
Is that why? Is that why? Okay.
Oh, I can't pick up the stupid helmet.
You gotta do inventory management?
No, I would never have to do that.
Okay.
So never
Well.
is doing that.
Uh-uh.
That
Or
means
never
I'm
would
gonna-
he never.
Never ever.
I'm gonna bind what's not collected then, so that I don't get it
Oh.
again.
Yeah, it's probably Solid idea.
I got the ice furnace helm.
I got the ice furnace helm and divines.
What you guys fighting?
A giant
boss.
person made of ice.
Okay.
I mean, nothing. We're fighting nothing right now.
Nope, nothing to see here.
Not a thing.
Thanks for the gauntlets for no work.
You're welcome.
Appreciate ya.
What boss? Where?
It's dead.
Man, there's just a chunk of
but I
ice
didn't
over
get-
there. There
I
might be
didn't-
some loot on it for you.
I got
Oh,
an
there it is.
ice furnace hands out of it. You come, you come, you come, you come. You too. Everybody come. I'll go stand
It's
in
a
the trees
party. Murder hugs. Yeah.
now. Oh yeah, man, I've got some really awesome all I could say is disconnect, and that's not right.
Lag.
Desyncing and lag right now. So it's a good thing we're not trying to do a vet.
Yeah, this is one of those where I'm gonna be like, yeah, let's go across the bridge first.
Get 'em.
So there are Draugr in this keep as well.
You realize you recognize who that voice is, right?
Better and better.
Like the actual person.
Shalador.
Shalador.
Right, but the voice actor. It's the same voice you hear at the beginning of Skyrim and from 3,700 other people in that game.
Yeah, that voice sounds very familiar.
That's who that is. That's. I think it's in other places in this game even too, actually.
Oh darn, I just realized, ooh, I got a lead!
Oh,
The Sacred Chalice of Ysgramor. Hold on, I just realized, I'm not even running, I'm running Vigor right now. I don't need to be running Vigor right now. I should be running...
do.
No, I don't.
Uh-huh.
I'm running... Oh, well I can't swap because we're in combat.
Yep.
Gate to the crypt is locked. Probably opened by the pair of
It's Eboric Direfrost that's talking. Hey, you're finally awake.
Yet to
Okay,
explore the
hold on.
summit.
There we go.
Inventory management is not what I'm doing.
the true hard mode.
Okay.
Murder.
It's technically now Murderous Monday.
That's true.
Murderous Mundas. There we go, that sounds better.
I really thought that Murderous Monday would be kind of a fun thing to do, but I only ever had one person participate.
I
So-
couldn't figure it out!
Boy, I made 20k off that real fast.
I didn't know who it was.
That's definitely something we can bring back if people want to help out with suggesting, giving the hints and whatnot.
Who are we annoyed by this week?
I would just like pick a zone and go find some random NPC, and then try to like.
Stuga. Can we kill Stuga?
You can't.
Damn.
Wish.
I thought she was
Jen.
already killed though, right?
Yeah. Dibs and
Then
Cash murdered her once.
yeah, that's what I was saying. She was killed in the tavern.
Ooh, I can't wait for this one. I just walked out here, the boss disappeared, and then when I walked out, it appeared again. This is gonna be a good time.
Why don't you just end your stream?
Ah, I can. Wait, where'd you guys go?
I
Oh,
was
there you
getting the chest that I called chest on.
go. I didn't hear it.
Right here.
Oh, it's
I'm
over.
sorry.
It's over there.
I got you.
Uh,
Well, I got a whole rubidite dagger out of it, so thank you.
Rubidite.
Nice.
Oh, there's more to that song. I've been working on that one for a couple of years.
Love that.
Where do we go now? Was that it?
No.
Could be it. What if it was it?
Well, then we just wouldn't finish the dungeon.
We have
Yeah.
to jump off another cliff. Okay, I'm following Sasquatch. He knows where he's going.
One
He's
didn't
been
loot
in.
the chest.
Been in here a few times.
I couldn't
did.
loot it because I didn't have inventory space. I mean, do you need me to loot that chest? It's real valuable.
It's important, okay?
You never know. It's gonna be something important if you don't loot it.
The
I
completion.
know, I can see what it is.
What if you get a lead from there?
No, I can see what it is. I just can't loot it. It was some rubidite gloves or something. Nothing valuable.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going in!
Frozen souls will haunt this place forever.
Hey, we got our no death.
Yes, technically we did. Whose merchant is following them?
That would be me.
Yes. Yes. You'd never guess.
It looks like Newsy and the bear are touching booties.
Some bears are into that kind of thing, I guess.
Yay!
Transmutes.
Yay, transmutes.
So
Maybe I'll
CP.
finally get my gear the right gear. Would that be nice for you guys? Imagine.
it would be something.
It'd be a Christmas miracle.
Christmas, Nicole. Hey, I've got a bow of agility,
That sounds fast.
doesn't it? It's not bound if you really want it. It's got max stam and extra weapon and spell damage. And decisive trait. You
I'm
know,
fairly certain I have that one.
yeah.
Man, I remember when those were hot ticket items. Like when the agility bows and the jewelry. That was meta.
Well, you know me. That's why I'm carrying around that bow.
I think I picked up some ice furnace pieces.
I did pick up a few things. That I already had too. Nope, not that one. Pretty
Was
sure
there
that was.
anything anyone was looking for from this dungeon?
Yes. A good time. Ha 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 ha.
I have 3 Vanis necklaces.
There's that, if anybody needs it. And there's that one. That one.
We got them all.
Yeah, I already have those gauntlets.
Yeah, I got everything too that's been listed, so.
Awesome.
Hey,
Well,
see, that was an easy random normal.
Yeah, didn't take too long. Forgot to use a XP scroll, but
I did too.
Yeah,
always
it
forget.
happens.
Well, all right. If you stuck around this long on the YouTubers, I'm going to go ahead and end this. If you're watching this and it's not live, you probably should have stopped like an hour ago at this point. But if you stuck with us for a live stream, we appreciate it. And but this stream is going to end so that I can take myself to bed. But thank you for watching if you did, and we'll see you next time.